It's another Monday. I missed you guys last Monday. We took a 5-day trek across the state of Iowa. We left on Thursday and we got home on Monday. And the drive from Des Moines to St. Louis is about 6 hours-ish. And because we've been on the road, long story short, sorry, I was too tired to do it. And the irony is, we went from that into, sometimes you just have a week that is harder than most for whatever reason. Like, there was like one glaring thing. It was kind of a layering multitude of things. And Jeff just said to me like 5 minutes ago, he was like, I don't know how you're gonna do this podcast. And I was like, I'm gonna muster every ounce of strength and inspiration that I have, and I'm gonna squeeze it out of myself. And already I'm feeling better, because remember, David encouraged himself. We're supposed to encourage ourselves. So today's topic is so foundational to mother to our lives. And again, as I find a topic, I feel like things just kind of unfold that make the topic more impactful. So I'm excited to talk today about how can we do things better and help more people. As we are entering into these last months of 2019, I am so determined, and I love that Rachel Hollis was just talking about it. Instead of setting goals for 2020, which is fine, why not set those final goals for 2019 and what you want that to be? And at the beginning of the year, when I wrote out my goals for what I was believing that 2019 could be, part of it was breakthrough, part of it was birthing new things, and both things have unfolded. But I really believe with all my heart, and yesterday, Sunday, we got up early, we went to church, and I loved that the message was about breakthrough and determination and just the importance of not quitting. So ending strong in 2019 is a great goal. And the fact that we have tribute right around the corner makes that, we're in the 3 weeks. So we're in that wake up in the morning going, oh, we have to do this and this and this. And because we're adding another day to tribute, which I'm going to touch on a little bit, even more so, we're navigating and venturing into unknown territory, which, hey, you know what? That is where you learn what you're made of. That's where you can do wonderful new things. So I'm excited. This morning on Good Morning America, I have never heard of this gentleman before. His name is Mark Benoit. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. He wrote a book called Trailblazer, and he's a very successful businessman. But what I loved is that Robin Roberts was talking about how, she was like, even if you're not a business person, there are universal truths that are so good that you can glean out of this book. I've already ordered it from Amazon. I'm looking forward to it being dropped off at our home probably within the next day or two. But I will still always be a woman that goes to the bookstore. So don't just order on Amazon. Make sure you're supporting places like little bookstores and Barnes & Noble, and but there is something about the convenience of Amazon. Anyway, he talked about how for every person, for every business, there's a platform for change, that you can utilize what you have and who you are, and you can use it for good, and you can use it for change. I'm not going to sugarcoat. Last week was one of those weeks where I thought, we both did, once again, which seems like it seems like in the 22 years of being together, it's come back to this conversation many times. But hey, we haven't changed this far, and we're certainly not going to. But like on Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, we were both like, we have to quit caring so much. We have to, do things the way that everybody else does. It needs to be all professional. And, by Thursday we were like, oh, never mind. That's never going to happen. We're going to always be who we are. And I encourage you to always be who you are. We're all created in a way. It takes all of us We say that all the time because every model that we have is different. Our 4 adult children are very different, and already in their little short, teeny tiny little lives, with the exception of Willa, who's 11, are super awesome grandbabies, Felix, Milo, and Scout. Already you see how different they are. And we love the differences, and you want to fan and encourage the differences. We had an interesting conversation on the way back home on the road. We actually did a conference call where literally we were on a call with a woman in Brazil, a couple of people in New York City, and us driving through the cornfields of Iowa, talking about our industry, the modeling world, and how it can be different and how it can be better. And in our daily business, we always challenge ourselves, how can we do better? How can we always be growing? And for you, whatever you do, whatever field you're in, if you are a stay-at-home mom, how can you do things better? If you're a student, whatever you do, the challenge should be for each and every one of us to raise the bar on ourselves and also figure out how then you can turn around and reach back and help somebody do the same thing. Because if we're not, why are we doing any of this? The other thing that I love that he talked about, Mark Benoit, Trailblazers, the book, Trailblazers, I think, he said that a culture rooted in values creates value. I am most proud, and I know that Jeff is as well, of the culture of Mother. The culture of Mother is rooted in values that are important. Trust, respect, encouragement, faith, belief. Our job, our thing in life is to see somebody and help them see the potential in themselves, and then do every single frickin' thing that we can do to help them to see it. And is it heartbreaking when somebody doesn't? Yes, but also we've gotten to the point where we're like, we just have to keep doing what we're supposed to do and hope that people will do what we believe they are capable of doing. The value of a culture that's rooted, that's the foundation of a business, it also impacts the industry that it's in. And we've always, so years ago when I didn't know any better, this was 1995 through like 1997, yes, I took people to a model convention. And at that point, it cost thousands of dollars. I have no idea how much it costs right now, but I'm sure it's more. And then when I knew better, we did better. Then we did events in Iowa where we kept it as affordable as we possibly could. I think it was $500. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But the bottom line was, it was our intention to do things better. When we moved to St. Louis, we created the Model Truth DVD because we were like, people don't know how this industry works, and because of that, 2 things happen. Number one, the thing that happens are people who have great potential and could really do something in this business slip through the cracks. Last weekend was another reminder of that, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. And number 2, people end up spending money that is unwarranted, that is unnecessary for modeling schools, modeling conventions, modeling classes, super expensive test shoots. Guess what? We can place a model off digitals in a simple clothing, no makeup, natural light, looking amazing. 9 times out of 10, the test shoots that we get are in their book for such a little minute once they're placed. So it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. And, you know, the frustration that's happened recently is not only that, but seeing people that are aspiring to be models that get caught up in people who, quite frankly, don't know what they're doing. Having a beautiful 16-year-old girl with a full face of makeup dressed like she's going to an office is irrelevant. I met with a girl who we had met with before. She said that she came and met with us, and when she came here to Mother in St. Louis, she came to an open call. She had false eyelashes on. She was more tan. Jeff remembered that we were like, could she be cool? We think she might be cool. But the distraction of everything, she slipped through the cracks. Well, she came to our open call in Iowa City, and when she came in, we were like, what a cool face. She's so cool. Come to find out, she submitted to a bunch of New York agencies. Nobody bit, which honestly, the way that she was submitting does not surprise me, because we wanted to see, what did you submit? And then ends up that a very small agency that I've heard of on rare occasions, but it's not relevant in the New York City market for the most part. It's not even gonna say for the most part. I'm so tired today, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It's not relevant. And she spent $1,500 for an important photo shoot, one of their photographers, it wasn't good. It would accomplish nothing in New York, so that is frustrating. And then she had to pay to be on their website up front, this certain amount, and not to mention that she went to New York, her mother went with her, thousands of dollars were spent, blah, blah, blah. I keep hearing these stories over and over, and I would have thought by 2019, you would not hear these stories, but I hear them over and over and over. Every open call, anytime we have a conversation, it's frustrating to me because we live in a day where some of that information is available. It was cool because I sat with her on that Sunday morning, we had coffee. I said, can I ask you a question? Did you know that you shouldn't be spending this, or were you educated enough to know that this probably wasn't a great idea? And she said, yes. I did the research. In my gut, I kept saying something doesn't feel right, but because she wants to model so badly, she didn't listen to that little voice in her head. And sadly, we see that consistently over and over. So, tribute. This year, the way that we've structured it is Friday night. I'm so excited about the show. I'm telling you, I think it's the best one that we've ever done. The venue, the designers, everything that's coming together is really exceptional. I love that the venue, the way that it's situated, we have space where we can have a VIP experience, a front row experience, a main floor experience, and a super affordable ticket, general admission for $25, so students and everybody from all walks of life can come and see this amazing production. And so I love that. It makes me happy. We're going to be giving away some tickets. We just have a lot in the works that you hear over the next 3 weeks. The following day on Saturday, here's the deal. We are super excited to be hosted the second day at the Last Hotel, which is a beautiful new hotel in St. Louis. On that day, we are creating, after we spoke at Georgetown, it was very cool earlier this year in the spring, Jeff, Alanna, and myself went to Georgetown University for their, they have a whole speaking series that's really incredible. And there were people in the audience that had a fishbowl, we answered questions, it was very conversational, and I know that we educated them on the reality of how this business works. That inspired me to go, how can we do that more? How can we do things better, and how can we help more people? So at Tribute, the following day on Saturday from 12 until 4, it's open to the public. We're going to do panel discussions, Q&As, roundtable with our models, with model parents, with Jeff and I, with stylists that we have in town, with agents that'll be there, and it's open to the public for a very affordable price point. When I heard, I don't know, a year ago that this company was holding a camp to learn about the fashion world that was $3,000, I was like, that's okay, whatever. People will pay it and whatever. I want to create that very same thing that anybody can come. Whenever we do open calls, we have people that literally drive and fly from all over, and I always feel bad that I have like 3 minutes with them before I have to go on to the next person, just because of the sheer volume of people that show up for our open calls. This is a phenomenal opportunity for you to come and have conversation and engage with the amazing team of people that we have that have so much heart. The culture of our company is rooted in it. It's going to be a really positive, uplifting afternoon, and it isn't necessarily even just for aspiring models. Any one of you out there that is a dreamer, an entrepreneur, somebody who's wanting to expand their horizons, somebody who just wants to be around really upbeat people and get a taste of what all these different moving parts are that it takes to create this wall of stories. I'm telling you, there's so much more to it than people realize, and we are determined through many ways, but starting with this, to really do more to help people, to speak the truth, to help you guys really understand what it's about. But also, as I've learned through this podcast, so many of you need inspiration, need to rub elbows with people who are going for big dreams, going for big things. And I don't know if you can hear, but Mercy, our dog, is snoring. Oh, she quit. So I want to encourage you to check that out at tributefashionfest.com. We all have a platform. We all have a purpose. I think that everything that we do needs to be rooted in how to make it better. And when you make that choice, the ripple effect that it's going to have in your life, in your relationships, I really think that we can make a difference. And I'm excited because I believe in that mastermind principle when everyone joins together. Maybe you're an aspiring agent. Maybe you're somebody who wants to learn what it is to scout models. Maybe you're already doing it and you just want to be with other people that care and want to encourage you to really go for this. And who knows what relationships can unfold from that, so that yes, we can have an impact in the international world of fashion. We've been doing it for many years, first from Iowa, now from St. Louis, Missouri, and I just think the sky is the limit, and I'm excited about it. Now see, I started out feeling really exhausted and thinking that I couldn't do this, but when you're passionate about something, it's amazing what it does to your attitude. Thank you for listening. I will talk to you next Monday, and we're going to start sharing this on my Mother Mary Clark, my personal Instagram, not just here on Mother Model. So make note of that, and then encourage your friends to listen to the podcast. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next Monday.